Welcome to the Amherst Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Today's date is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. We'll start tonight's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. In the event of a fire or other emergency, please follow the exit signs that are provided in this room and throughout Town Hall. Upon exiting this room, the main exits are located to the front and the rear of the building. Do not use elevators during an emergency event. This meeting is being streamed live and recorded through the Town of Amherst YouTube channel. Would the Deputy Clerk please call the roll?
Chairman Bray,
Present.
Vice Chairman Schubert, Member Phillips, Member Parker.
Thank you. The first item on tonight's agenda is the approval of last month's minutes. Could I get a motion?
So moved.
A motion by Member Gergen. Is there a second? Second. Oh, did I get?
You got to
All
reverse.
right.
it.
All right.
We're okay with that.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. And Member Phillips and Member Parker both abstained because they were not at the last meeting. All right, the first hearing we have tonight is 745 Tonawanda Creek Road. Would the applicant please come to the podium? Please make sure your name and address is written on the sheet on the podium, and say that when beginning your presentation.
Yeah, my name is Mark Lowhouse. I live at 745 Tonawanda Creek Road. I'm applying for a variance to replace a barn that's currently been there since 1959 and replace it with a new structure, pretty much almost exact same size. The only difference is there's like a small covered patio on the side of it.
Thank you. Does any member have a question for the applicant? Is any member of the public here to speak on this item? All right, with that, we'll close the hearing on this item. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion by Member Schubert, second by Member Phillips. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes 5-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is 11010 Transit Road. Would the applicant please come to the podium? Again, make sure your name and address is written on the sheet and say that into the microphone when beginning your presentation.
Name is Pat Batista, Colleen Pollock. The address 11010 Transit Road. We're looking to build a pole barn to house our utility trailer, farm tractor, and implements, and place where I can maintain that equipment. That's pretty much it.
Is there any other accessory units on the property in addition to your?
Well, we have a shed that, basically that's where we put all our patio furniture, our riding mower, snow blower, push mower. I mean, it's, all that junk goes in there.
Okay. And then the new garage unit, that will be a brand new structure?
Yes.
Is there any questions for the applicant? All right, is any member of the public here to speak on this item? All right, with that, we will close the hearing on this item. Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve the area variance.
Motion by Member Schubert, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Member Gergen. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes 5-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The third item on tonight's agenda is 80 Smith Road. Will the applicant please come to the podium? And make sure your name and address is written on the sheet, as well as stay that in the microphone when beginning your presentation.
Hello, my name is Kevin Cullinan. I'm applying for a variance for an addition on 80 Smith Road. It just basically, the addition would put me 18 to 20 feet from the property line where you're required third. The reason we're putting this in is the home is only 1,600 square feet. It's really not very big for a three-person home, and just give us, our family, a little more room to be able to enjoy the home. We're also going to obviously upgrade it and make it look a little more curb appeal than it currently is.
Is there there's a property to the west side of your home?
There is.
Have you spoken to that neighbor?
I have. I've to all the neighbors. And then the reason that the addition, I'm sorry, is on that side is because the septic system limits our positioning pretty much anywhere in the lot.
Did that neighbor have any concerns with the addition?
Not at all.
Does any member of the board have a question for the applicant? All right, is any member of the audience here to speak on this item? Okay, we'll close the hearing on that item. Is there a motion for approval? Motion by member Phillips. Is there a second? Second. Second by member Schubert. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes 5-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
We're on the fourth item of tonight's agenda. I understand member Schubert has to recuse himself on that item. Would the applicant for that item please come to the podium? That's concerning 4100 Sheridan Drive.
My name's Lauren Adornetto. I'm an attorney with Phillips Lytle representing Basil Resale, which is the applicant. Basil Resale has a location at 4131 Sheridan Drive. And the application that we've submitted is to request a temporary use permit to authorize excess inventory vehicle parking across the street at 4100 Sheridan Drive, which is the Courtyard Hotel. The survey for the hotel is on the board, in front of the board right now. And it demonstrates that the hotel lot has 113 spaces. And under the code provisions, the hotel is required to provide 108 spaces. So there's already an excess of 5 spaces. And in addition to that, the written materials we provided to the board in support of the application explain that the hotel typically runs a 60% occupancy rate. So there is regularly an excess of vehicle parking in that lot. So for purposes of the Basil Resale Center, which is across the street, for purposes of employee parking and customer parking, in addition to keeping the used sale vehicles inventoried on that lot, it compresses the use of the lot and simply makes it less functional for Basil Resale. So the purpose of the temporary use permit is to authorize both of these businesses to be able to benefit both parcels. The hotel owner will be able to use excess parking that is currently not utilized on a regular basis, and Basil Resale will be able to realize the benefit of operational efficiencies at the Basil Resale lot. All of that information was provided to the board back in March. I'm happy to address any specific questions.
Will there be, what type of activity will be happening on the hotel property as a result of this variance if approved?
The hotel lot would be used by Basil Resale pursuant to the temporary use permit for the parking of 20 to 25 vehicles. On that survey that was just on the board, there were 2 banks of parking that was highlighted. So the first bank is right there in the southwest corner of the lot, and it borders the 290 on-ramp off of Sheridan. And then the other highlighted bank of parking is in the rear of the parcel that's behind the hotel and also sort of buttresses up against the 290 there.
So will there, I guess what I'm trying to get at is, will Basil be bringing customers to the hotel property to look at the vehicles?
Exactly. I understand the nature of your question. So the purpose of the parking at the hotel lot is exclusively for excess inventory parking. So it won't be ordinary customer or employee parking. So it's just excess inventory. It's not truly traditional parking to access that Basil Resale Center. Exactly. So think of it as vehicle storage. We're referring to it as parking because that's simply the nature of how you move the vehicles to and from the particular storage
Yep.
spot on the hotel lot.
All right.
Limited need to cross Sheridan Drive there.
Exactly. So it won't be open egress to and from, in and out of the buildings. It'll be parking the vehicle for purposes of storing it, and when it's required to execute an individual sale, then the vehicle would move off of the hotel lot.
Is there any additional questions for the applicant? All right, is any member of the audience here to speak on this item? All right, with that, we'll close the hearing. Is there a motion for approval? Motion by member Gergen. Is there a second? Second by member Phillips. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any recusals? Passes 4-0 with one recusal. Thank you very much. On the fifth item of the agenda concerning 1265 Niagara Falls Boulevard, the applicant, please come to the podium.
Good evening, members of the board. I'm CJ Englert of the law firm Barclay Damon on behalf of the applicant Dave Delagrange and Sturdy Built Sheds. We're here tonight on an application for a temporary use permit to house the display of approximately 20 individual sheds that are displayed for sale at the kind of the corner of Niagara Falls Boulevard and Maple Road on the Boulevard Mall property. Like I said, this is a renewal application. The applicant has been granted a temporary use permit since 2013. Those were generally 2-year permits. Last year, they were granted a 1-year permit, and we are again requesting a 1-year temporary use permit to display these sheds from approximately now through about October 31st, November 1st. If there aren't any specific questions, I'd refer to our written submission.
Is there any questions for the applicant? Nope. Is there any member of the audience here to speak on this item? All right, with that, we'll close the hearing. Is there a motion for approval?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Motion by member Parker,
Second?
second by member Schubert. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes 5-0. Thank you very much. And now to the sixth item of tonight's agenda concerning 1099 North Forest Road. The applicant, please come to the podium. Please make sure your name and address is written on the podium, as well as speak that into the microphone when beginning your presentation.
My name is Arun Joseph. I'm actually on behalf of the petitioner here because he's not in town today. His wife is here with me. So this was a petitioner wanted to use a part of his dwelling for a sales showroom, so that to have clients come in and look at the samples. He's looking at around like 5, maybe expecting 5 a day of clients walking in, looking at the samples, placing in the order. But the actual orders, like the warehouse is in New York, so it'll be items would ship out of a warehouse. But this is more of like a showroom for people to walk in, look at, and place an order.
Will there be any outside employees working inside of the property?
No,
Will there be a sign erected outside the property indicating its use for this commercial use?
he didn't mention that. Can I ask her? Will there be a sign outside?
Can you come to the podium? Come to the podium, and we need to make that official.
You can-
There won't be any sign.
Could you just say your name and address in the microphone when
I'm
answered?
Devika Mariatasan, wife of Mr. Sridharan. Address 1099 North Forest Road.
All right, so there will be no sign for outside the property.
No,
Where would people coming to visit park?
maybe 5, within 5 only.
But where would they park?
No, outside,
I think
outside.
it'll be street park.
On the street park?
Yeah. But every day 5 to
How many parking spots are on the property?
Two car park.
parking on street.
Yeah, I think there's
every day,
Quite a few parking spots. Yeah, there's a lot of parking in the driveway, yeah.
Yep.
What will the hours be to be open?
Evening. For the maybe 5, evening 5 to. There's no particular time, whenever they want. Until 5.
Could you just sort of speak, direct the board, those comments?
Yeah, maybe with 5 till 5 o'clock. In the morning, maybe whenever they feel like, if they want, they will call me and we will go open. Not regularly, whenever they want to see the product, then we'll open the thing and we'll show. And they will give the order, then we'll send it to New York.
So would these be by appointment that they would come to see you, or is this something people would drop
Just
by?
over the phone.
Over the phone appointments?
Is there any more questions for the applicant? Is any member of the audience here to speak on this item? All right, with that, we'll close the hearing. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I would like to make a motion to approve so long with the restriction that there's no signage on the outside of the property advertising this business.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Member Gergen. That is the approval with the condition of no signage outside the property indicating it's commercial use. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, that passes 5-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Could I get a motion to adjourn the meeting? There was a motion by Member Phillips. Is there a second? Second by Member Gergen.